You're leaving Houston?
Yes.
Wasn't this kind of sudden?
Not really. I've thought it through very carefully. I know myself well enough to trust my feelings. And right now my feelings tell me Houston isn't where I should be.
Iris, why don't you sit down and tell us what brought this on?
There are many factors involved. Believe me, it wasn't an easy decision to make.
Well, I hope I'm not one of those factors.
As a matter of fact, you are.
Iris, you're not leaving because of me, are you?
Ryan, I was wrong about you. I don't like being wrong. And in your case, I can't imagine how I could possibly undo the damage I've done, especially since you seem so determined to leave World Oil.
I'm leaving World Oil because I want to go back into my law practice.
Now, you're being too kind. The real reason you're leaving is because of the untenable position I placed you in.
Iris, you don't have to do this.
But I do.
Please, I know how difficult this has to...
Yes, it is. It is very difficult for me, Ryan, but these are things that must be said.
But everyone makes mistakes. The fact that you've admitted you're wrong, that's enough for me.
That's very sweet of you, Ryan. But I'm afraid not everyone will be as understanding.
No, who are you talking about?
Ashley, for one. But there are many others. I've made a fool of myself, and I can't stay here and be laughed at.
No one is laughing at you, Iris.
Grant's right, Iris. Just have to give it time.
I'm not going to wait for people to forget about the mistakes I've made. I couldn't bear that.
Aren't you acting rashly, Iris? I mean, why don't you give this some more thought?
I've already given it plenty of thought. It's what I want to do. I remember so well what it was like when Dennis was that age. I think I overreacted to everything. All he had to do was cough, and I was absolutely convinced he had pneumonia.
Isn't that what you're doing now, Iris?
What?
Overreacting? This whole situation with Ryan?
Ryan's only part of it, and I'm not overreacting.
Well, then what's really bothering?
Everything. Justin Marshall's playing me for a fool. The trouble with Paige and Dennis. And all so soon after losing Alex, there's just no way I can deal with those memories here.
Well, there have been happy memories, too, haven't there?
The happy memories I'll take with me. The sad ones I'll leave here.
You're making a mistake, Iris.
I don't think so. Believe me, there's going to be a sigh of relief when I leave Houston.
No, it's not true. What about all the people that love you? Now, how are they going to feel if you leave Houston?
I suspect I'll be forgotten very quickly.
Are you fishing for a compliment?
No, I'm not.
Well, surely you must realize that you're not an easy woman to forget.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not. I'm simply speaking the truth. You'll be sorely missed, Iris. Would you do me a favor? Would you give this a lot more thought?
No. I'm sorry, Grant. I've given it all the thought it needs. My mind is made up. Of course, I feel very sad about leaving, but I know in my heart it's the best thing for everyone concerned.
Iris, if I thought for a minute that you were serious, I'd feel sad, too. But knowing how you change your mind...
I won't change my mind.
Maybe.
No maybes. My mind is made up.
For the moment.
I know we haven't seen eye to eye on a lot of things lately, Elliot, especially where Dennis is concerned, and I admit you were right about his needing professional help. But none of that would have happened in the first place if he hadn't married Paige. You do see now that Paige was wrong for Dennis.
Iris, I don't want to get into that again.
Neither do I.
Well, then can we please change the subject?
Of course. But won't you at least admit that you always took Paige's side?
Iris, please.
All right, Elliot. I won't say another word on the subject. I just dropped by to let you know my decision.
Well, I'm glad you did. And I'll be expecting a phone call from you tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
To tell me that you've changed your mind.
I won't change my mind. I'm serious about leaving.
But you haven't told me where you're going.
It's not important. What is important is that...
Oh. Iris. Elliot,
Hello, Paige.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Not at all, Paige. As a matter of fact, I have some good news for you.
Oh?
I'm leaving Houston, and I think you'll be happy to know that.
Do you think Iris is really serious about leaving Houston?
Oh, with Iris, who knows?
Strange, Elliot. I feel almost sorry for her. Even after everything she's done to me.
Well, she always gets these feelings of remorse, but they pass.
So ironic that she should be thinking about leaving Houston after all the time she's told me that she was going to run me out of town.
You know, I think what's upset her most is the fact that you've succeeded in spite of her.
Well, yesterday I told her that I owed the success of Page One to her.
I bet she loved that.
Nope, she didn't want to hear it at all, actually. But in a way, it's true.
No, not at all. You owe the success of the boutique to your own personal initiative.
And the initiative of several close friends.
No, you did it. Don't diminish your accomplishment.
That's funny. That's just what Dennis told me this morning.
You saw him?
Yes. I dropped by to tell him how grateful I was. He's going to be all right, isn't he, Elliot?
I think so.
Funny, after everything that's happened, I still felt so close to him today.
Well, now that Dennis is recovering, there's no reason why the two of you can't become friends again.
Right now, he feels very uncomfortable around me.
Well, give him some time.
You know, Iris was right about one thing, though. Dennis and I were really never meant to be together. He even admitted that today. I'm just sorry we put each other through so much pain before we realized it.
What brings you over here?
Well, I came here to see if I could take Lacey out to lunch. And since I was in the building, I figured I'd drop by and say hello to you.
Well, I'm glad you did. Sit down.
Thank you.
I wanted to tell you how much I enjoyed visiting with you yesterday at the opening of Page's boutique.
Well, thank you. I just hope I didn't throw that place into an uproar by inviting Iris to the opening.
No damage done. In fact, I'm glad you did.
I just figured that it was time that Iris put away her hostilities towards Page, but I'm not sure that it did any harm good.
Well, it was a good idea, but I think you're expecting a lot of Iris. It's not easy for her to admit she's wrong about anything, especially something or someone about whom she feels passionate.
Like Page.
Exactly. Page has been one of Iris's crusades.
Well, I know that Iris is very stubborn.
That's putting it mildly.
But I have a feeling that she's beginning to see the light. Although I don't think that she's handling it very well.
Why, what do you mean?
Well, she came by to see me this morning. She told me that she felt she had to leave Houston, that it was the only thing that she could do under the circumstances.
Oh, my. She has been busy this morning. She came here with the same story.
You think she's serious?
Well, with Iris, there's no telling, but I doubt it.
I hope you're right. I know she can be difficult, but I hate to see her leave.
Well, I think it's premature to plan a farewell party for her.
I think the thing that bothers me the most is the fact that she's been defeated by so many areas recently. I hate to see a proud woman like Iris beaten down by those defeats.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that. In fact, I can guarantee you that is one thing that will never happen to Iris.